Doing two NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Monday Night Football. We got the Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hopefully, again, compared to Sunday Night Football, I was expecting Sunday Night Football to be much more of a shootout, much more of a back and forth game. It was absolute dud. So hopefully that is what we get here tonight. We got two really good offenses facing off here at Tampa Bay, Kansas City, Monday, November 4th. Before we get started, you guys, link in the description below. Hop into the Discord. $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. Currently doing a special for first-time members of the Discord. 20% off your first month with the link in the description below using promo code TUFF. Again, overall, super positive community. Everyone in the Discord just trying to help each other cash. Also, want to mention I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully, give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. Also, I really quickly want to talk about Daily Grind Fantasy, you guys, the DFS optimizer over on Daily Grind. An absolute elite research DFS betting tool, giving us the best plays on the board currently with the best line discrepancies. You can see here, because because traditional sports books don't offer fantasy score lines, you can see here like Alperen Sengun under 36.5 fantasy, 55% odds to hit, because based on its points, rebounds, plus assists, blocks, steals over on BetMGM, his line should be 34.9, showing us these type of discrepancies, specifically with the fantasy scores. But like for Lauri Markkanen, points plus rebounds over 28.5. This listed at 29.5 on Caesars, 29.5 on Fliff, minus 125 at 28.5 on DraftKings. So showing us these discrepancies, I think is super important. Again, there's a link in the description below. You can get 25% off your month over at Daily Grind Fantasy, you guys, using promo code TUFF. So again, link in the description below, promo code TUFF for both the premium Discord and Daily Grind Fantasy. But let's get into it, you guys. Two player props that I do like. Monday Night Football, Chiefs, Buccaneers. Let's just get into it. So the first play I do like here is going to be a reception target line. It's going to be Kate Otten. I think in general, a lot of people are going to be on Kate Otten tonight, given the injuries to the Buccaneers and given the matchup, and given that the Chiefs are favored pretty heavily in this one. But Kate Otten obviously is seeing a target increase with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin being out back-to-back weeks here now. He's seen 10-plus targets. He's actually over this line in 4 games this season, 4 of 8 games this season. But just with the targets that he does have, or the matchup that he does have tonight, I think he's going to see a ton of targets. So you can kind of see week to week. He's faced the last 2 weeks the 22 ranked team versus tight ends and the 25th ranked team versus tight end. He's had 10-plus targets, or 10 targets in both those games. Now he's facing the Chiefs as significant underdogs here, the 31st ranked team versus the tight end position. Something interesting here, over 4.5 receptions for Kate Otten over on Outlier. Again, there's a link in the description, 7-day free trial. He's currently minus 200 on DraftKings, minus 184 on Caesars to get 5 catches in this one. And in every game this season, he's seen 5 catches. He's seen 7.5 plus targets, or 8 plus targets here, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And again, besides these last 2 games where he's seen 8 and 9 catches, both these other games is when he's, essentially looking for targets with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. He was the third option. Now he's really the first option, I think, on this team. When we look at the defense of the Chiefs, they are allowing the second most fantasy points to the tight end position. On the season, targets is not as high up there. I mean, they still have allowed, like the 12th most targets, 6th or 7th most receptions, and then receiving yards the 3rd most. So, but what that tells me is that there is a ton of production being led up to tight end position, and I definitely think, given the Chiefs' run-stopping type of defense that they do have, the way they blitz the quarterback, there should be a ton of targets here for Kate Otten, especially given how they are underdogs in this one, right? The Bucs are significant underdogs. We've seen Kittle, Mike Gesicki, and Isaiah Likely all have 7-plus targets so far this season, and even players that have seen lower amount of targets have done good things with those targets. So I like the spot a lot here for Kate Otten in this one at 7.5. I probably, if it jumps to 8, which it has a chance to bump to 8 in my opinion, I may pivot to fantasy score. But again, for this video, 7.5 Kate Otten targets is the first play. Second play I'm looking at here is going to be Kareem Hunt. I just think he sees volume, given that, again, the Chiefs are significantly favored in this one. And Kareem Hunt has been a monster this season. We took him last week, I think, on Sunday Night Football, or maybe that was Thursday Night Football, or we took him on Sunday weekend, actually, Sunday Football, and he finished with 13.3 fantasy. He had a ton of opportunities to hit this, but 20-plus rush attempts in his last 3 games. Again, you can see here he's faced the 24th ranked team versus the running back position, the 25th, and now he faces the 28th in Tampa Bay at home here. That should just be a monster spot. We look at running backs PPR game log this season versus Tampa Bay, and again, just over these last 2 weeks, we saw Bijan Robinson have 23.6, Derrick Henry have 25.2, Alvin Kamara 17.4. So last 3 weeks, players have had at least 17 PPR fantasy points against Tampa Bay, and that's kind of the spot I'm looking at here for Kareem Hunt in this one. Again, anytime touchdown currently minus 200 on DraftKings, minus 191 on Caesars. Again, if he scores a touchdown, this has a very, very high odds to hit here. I think if, again, we don't know game script, all we can go off is the lines and, the Chiefs being favorites in this one. I believe, let me just actually look at the spread. I don't know why I'm saying significant. I know that's I know it's at least a touchdown spread here in this one. Yeah, 90% chance rain here as well. I think that obviously helps. But looking at this 9-point favorites. 9-point favorites, Kareem Hunt. They're going to run the ball a ton here. And then also looking at the matchup running back position, yards per carry, Tampa Bay, sixth highest yards per carry this season. And again, they're one of the few teams that has played less than 9 games here. 5.03 yards per carry, fantasy points or PPR. Let me filter this to PPR really quickly here. PPR fantasy points per game to the position. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, sixth most, 25.9 PPR fantasy points to the running back position, you guys. And they're the only team, again, out of all these teams that hasn't played this week. It's a great spot. Again, rain should be a factor. Also for K. Dotton, I think lower type of average depth of target, A-dot type of targets should help K. Dotton here in this one. But 2 player props for this YouTube video. Please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.